Yeah, building Nandina region, contribution from building block B, put a skeleton dinosaur in the Nandina region on my site, and I decided to put it in an excavation and sort of bury it and call in the archaeologists to investigate. But I went and checked it out today after after the other issues this morning with Nandina, and found out that the dinosaur had only one arm. My cat's missing a limb, her arm, and my partner's got a bad shoulder at the moment as well that she can't raise above her head. So I shit myself, and I thought, because the initial thought was to get rid of the dinosaur but keep it as a power for both A and B between us, for the Nandina region, for the garden, between us both. So I'll bury it again on the border at the Nandina plant that signifies something, but it's on our side of the division, because our on the official spatial map from the government, our building block is a pyramid if there's a line drawn on the concrete. So I painted a line to divide it up to get our pyramid back, our triangle, the way it's meant to be divided. And I was going to bury, and I thought the Nandina, should I be at peace with B and they can be with us? And I was going to bury it at the Nandina, the little skeleton, but then I found out it had one arm. So after digging the hole at the Nandina, I also found a rock, like a stone, in exactly where I dug at the Nandina, right in front of the Nandina. So I thought, is that Heather's gravestone? And I've got a skeleton with one arm. What am I going to do with this? So I thought, oh no. So I thought, well, I looked at the bones, at the wings that it had, and I decided I could do surgery on it. Take a part of the arm off and the wing, and use that as the shoulder blade, which was perfect and fit fine. And that's what I did. I decided to do that. But when I got upstairs to do that, I decided, I decided downstairs, what's good for bones? Milk. I'm going to soak it in milk, the skeleton, give it a wash in milk to strengthen the bones. So I did that. I went down the shop and I stole some milk. I tried to buy it with the bank card, but it couldn't afford it, and it's proudly Australian owned, dairy farmers. But I did have other options that were related to jail, like Geo A2 or 2A. But Heather got milk. She must be free of them by now. But there were other options out there for a choice of milk, but I chose the proudly Australian owned dairy farmers, the good one. So I did that, and I walked home, and on the way home, where I did a transaction with stones for a restaurant, I thought, oh well, I've got something white, I'll spill some milk out the front of the restaurant to make double up on that transaction, and make another transaction with that sort of god that's involved with the ibises and the line video that I've made, the line ring video. And I'll drop the milk in two places. I did, out the front of the restaurant, one before where I dropped the stones off as the transaction, and one after at where I dropped the stones off. Then I got home, and I got out a bedspread that's the same colour as my doona, and an extra blanket that turned up, and I placed the skeleton on the doona cover. It was all soft like a bed, and I got out a corona mask with the blue material, put it over the shoulder and cut a square out of it for surgery, popped the shoulder through the hole and covered the body up. Then I tried to cut the bone with scissors, the new shoulder with scissors, but I couldn't, so I knew a serrated knife would do it. So I transported the patient to the kitchen, because it is a little bit of a recipe, so what better place to do it than in the kitchen. So I did the cutting in the kitchen. I did have a knife on me. I did have a knife on me, officer, James Henry Ram, for the allegations of holding a knife. I was holding a knife when I did use the serrated knife to cut the bone. And then I cut the bone, then I transported it back to the dining room table, where I rolled a ball of blue tack, put it on the shoulder blade, and got the cut off, the wing cut off, the bone from the wing that I cut off, and I placed it on the back as the shoulder blade and the new arms. And then I moulded some blue tack around the shoulder so it all fit in nice, and it was all moulded is the word. And then after doing that, I transported the patient to a ramekin with milk in it, and here we are.
Yeah.
What's in that bowl?